Hello. I hope everyone can hear me. Lots to talk about tonight. And I'm going to be doing some new stuff. That's fun, right? I am going to share my screen, I think. I mean, let's hope that I can get that together. Because I think I'm going to be able to do it. But you know, it's Mercury retrograde, and I am not. I think we can all agree that I'm not a skilled person here. Even though I've started doing editing for some other people and their videos. I don't even know how I ended up with that job. I'm not a great editor. I don't know how I felt. Oh my gosh. Wig glue. I don't know how I ended up in half of the jobs that I have. I really don't. Like, it's an interesting mix. I think I am an interesting, like, mixed bag. That's a good way to put it. Okay, so, I'm gonna get the wig glue off my hand. Speaking of wig glue, so that's how I put my eyelashes on, is with wig glue. And when I was putting my eyelashes on, I got wig glue in my eyes, and now it's kind of all over my face. So I've got it like a little bit like trailing all over my face. I basically wiped off any makeup that I had on. Super, super awesome. Let me tell you. Okay. So I really want to, well, first of all, this is Mercury retrograde. Hello. I mean, it's some crazy stuff going on right now. And I kept saying that Mercury was like retrograde all by itself. It's not. Jupiter is still retrograde. Again, oh, I was like messed up. I tried to apologize about that in my March video, but I don't really know like if it translated. So anyway, lots to say about like this situation that I'm about to talk about. Let me set the stage. I thought this young lady who is a TikTok psychic, I want to be clear about that. I do not know her. I don't know anything about her. Except for the stuff that she was putting out on TikTok like a couple of years ago. Okay? And she kept talking about this lady, Rebecca Scofield, and she was this TikTok psychic, and she kept talking about this really horrible, horrific murder. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube anymore, because now they're really dinging creators that like use words like no longer alive, you know, using different words here. It was a really grisly and horrible thing that happened, okay? Where this man unalived someone. But this TikTok psychic kept going on and on and on about how this professor, Rebecca Scofield, knew something, and that she was repeatedly going after this professor online, on TikTok, on the internet. And apparently this woman like literally had nothing to do with this. And she was just saying that this is her spiritual beliefs. This is like what she believed in, and like she was going to town on this woman, right? Now, Rebecca Scofield sued her and won. Rebecca Scofield was only suing her for like $1 million, but the jury awarded her $10 million. What are the chances that she's really going to get that money? But I love the precedent. I do. And the reason why is because you can sit and theorize. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people that work in this industry, And they've had dreams, they've read cards, they've looked at astrology about like people disappearing or having like, I don't know, or somebody getting unalived or people disappearing or getting lost or whatever. And they have come up with some plausible reasons, let's say, why that would happen to those people. And some of them I believe. I mean, there's a lake here in Georgia that is very, very haunted. Okay? It's a lake. A lot of people have ceased to be alive at that lake. And hello, Mel Bailey. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you, and I only missed 1 week. I mean, really. But I used to live in Colorado. Maybe that's why I just love my Nebraska people so much. But anyway, sorry. But there is a lake here in Georgia that is very, very haunted. It is a very busy lake. Like, there's a lot of people on it all the time. So obviously, people drinking and being on a lake, on a body of water, it does not mix well. It doesn't mix. Oh, hon, I'm so sorry you were sick. No, I missed last week. I'm so sorry you've been sick. Are you better? Oh, I'm so glad you're better. Kelsey, see, all of Nebraska is here. I love it. I love it. Okay. So look, and just in time, I got the wig glue off my hands. I've tidied up a little bit. It's good. It's good that you guys arrived when you did. So I want to try and screen share this because I want to talk to you guys about it. I just feel I don't care if this woman was right or not. And I do know that there are police departments that have worked with psychics there. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk to your friends about this. But there is not a snowball's chance in hell that I would put a TikTok up and say, I have an idea that this random ass professor is the one who did this grisly unaliving of someone. There's no way. And there's no way that I would even do a reading for people that are involved in this. And let me tell you, there's a reason why on my YouTube channel that I have in the description, and it's anytime I put a video on to Facebook, like tonight, streaming in, it says in there, sorry, I am no longer taking clients. The reason why it says that is because I had a litany of crazy people coming to me wanting readings and treating me like I was a magic 8-ball or something. Now, I don't know what these people were about, but I knew that some of the people that were coming to me had some mental illness, and I was not going to contribute to that. So I just made that blanket announcement, and I was like, oh no. If I get any new clients ever, it will be by referral or because I'm not seeing crazy, like I'm not smelling crazy going on. I'll just let Mercury sniff them out. What do you think, Merc? Can you do that for me? Oh my gosh, you had a head injury? Lady, I am so sorry. What is happening with my water signs? Look, y'all, it's getting better for water signs, all right? Saturn and Neptune are firmly in Aries. Firmly. Yes. And seriously, Kelsey, I was serious about what I offered you. So I'm going to see if I can do this because I do want to discuss it. I think this woman was totally off her rocker. I think that multiple people, including law enforcement, told her to stop, and she didn't. And what bothers me is that she was saying that it was affecting her spiritual, how did she put it? Hang on just a second. It was expressing her spiritual free will, or her, I don't buy that. I do not believe that at all in any way, shape, or form. I think it was craziness. I think it was just total, like, I kind of feel like she was just chasing clout. Like, that's my opinion. That is my opinion. I've no idea. I've never met this woman. But I'm like, girl, no, that was stupid. I mean, that was stupid. I don't know how to do this. Okay. And I also don't know if you guys can hear it. So I have no idea how this works. We're going to find out. Yeah. Someone asked how. Okay, where is this? Okay, no, okay, I can't find it now. I've lost it. Okay, I am looking for her because she posted something and said she wanted to talk about how she felt like that it was is this it? Yeah, it okay, I'm just going to look it up. I'm just going to go this way. I have it on Instagram. And I don't know if this is the best way to go, but I'm trying to find it. Okay, we can hear some of what she says, I think. Oh, for Pete's sake. I can't play the video because... Oh, wait, no, I can.
So my first question is about juror number 5, who works as an firm that works with Stowe Reeves, which is the firm representing Scofield. Part 2 of this $10 million verdict is so ridiculous. And
can you guys hear that?
I have to talk about this. I can't be. It's about juror number 5, who works as an attorney for a firm that works with Stowe Reeves, which is the firm representing Scofield. He also had cases in the past where he worked directly with Scofield's attorney. So how did they get him on the list of jurors?
So she's questioning the jurors. I don't know why she's questioning the jurors. To me, it's not a question about the jurors. It's just questioning, why are you out there doing unsolicited stuff? What are you doing? And I think the biggest thing is that, seriously, I don't even think she had ever been there. I don't think she ever looked at, like, the documents. I don't think she had ever researched the actual crime. I mean, it was just crazy. I just feel like that was absolutely insane. Just insane. It was just stupid. And the thing is, like, look at somebody's chart, pull some cards, have some fun. I don't give unsolicited stuff on the internet. Again, if you want to go on the internet and do a reading, like a general reading for a zodiac sign or a life path number, I literally coach people how to start YouTube channels, and 3 of them have done reading channels. Gun it up. They're doing generalizations for Virgos and Pisces and Scorpios. I'm pulling people that are in the chat. And I'm just like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking to come on the internet and give unsolicited, just giving that out and doing it for a long time? This was not like 1 or 2 videos. This wasn't anything like that. This was for a long time. It was so bad that this woman, Rebecca Scofield, sued her. And I don't blame her in the least. I don't blame her at all. I want to go to the second video.
$10 million verdict.
Okay.
Secondly, it was like freedom of religion and freedom of speech, especially freedom of expression as it pertains to spirituality, was attacked the entire trial. First of all, Scoville's attorney kept pointing out the things like me calling myself Ashley God in my books, which does not mean that I'm your God, but that I refer to myself as Ashley God because of the spirit of God living inside of me. Anyway, it shouldn't have been pointed out at all. She kept pointing out stuff like me referring to myself as Ashley God. Secondly, in her closing statement, she asked the jury to punish psychics for our beliefs. She said psychics or whatever can say whatever they want as long as they say they believe it. So they have to be, she essentially asked them to punish psychics, to punish me as in.
I don't feel like attorneys are asking them to punish psychics like blanketly. I think there's a lot of unethical readers. I think there's a lot of unethical spiritual workers. You guys have heard me say on here, do not go on Etsy, do not go on Instagram and TikTok and buy spells. You have heard me say those things. I am telling you now that if you are doing any kind of readings, if you're doing any kind of, oh my gosh, that's me talking. I don't need to hear me anymore. If you are doing any kind of work at all like that, which honestly, I think everybody does some kind of spiritual work. If you do prayers and meditation, that's spiritual work. Now, it's not in the negative connotation like people are saying, oh my gosh, they're a witch, burn them at the stake, whatever. I mean, but the thing is, no one is attacking this woman's freedom of spirituality, freedom of religion, and no one is attacking her freedom of speech. What they are telling her to do is not to attack another person. That is what they were telling her not to do. And she was advised many times. And I stopped watching her because, you know, it's like a car wreck. I couldn't stop. What's happened? It was like a car crash. I could not stop watching it for a little bit. And then I was just like, this woman is losing her shit. So I just stepped away. And I was like, I cannot even, like, that is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I think that I don't know how to say this because I don't want to interfere with anyone's beliefs, anyone's belief systems, but it's like certain people believe like when they go to the hospital that, hey Veronica, when they go to the hospital that they don't get blood transfusions. That is their belief. It may save their life, it may not, but you know, if they're bleeding out, they could still choose, but if they choose not to, that is their choice. And that is what medical professionals are trained to just be like, okay, I have to honor this. Like, you know, this person has come here asking me for help, but they are refusing it and I have to honor this. And that is how I see any kind of spiritual work, is if you have something that you want to say to someone and they don't want to receive it or they haven't asked you for it, then keep your mouth shut. And the thing is, like, I have friends that are in the chat. I have friends that this morning I called one of my friends. I dreamed about her last night. I haven't talked to her in a minute. I woke up this morning and I had slept through 3 alarms. Okay, I'm a heavy sleeper. Just FYI. But I had slept through 3 alarms. I woke up, 2 phones and an alarm clock were blaring at me because I had slept through them. And I immediately just picked up my phone. I couldn't even see to type because, didn't have the glasses on, whatever. And I just sent her a voice note, and I was like, told her about the dream, and I just put the ball in her court, and then I kept going with my day. It does not mean that I was trying to interfere with her, but that's a friend of mine. It's not someone that I've never read for. It's not someone that I've never looked at her chart, because I'm a nosy Virgo. If you my friend, I got you in my chart list. I know. I'm so much fun like that because I am nosy. I got to know what's rolling with people. So I understand the inclination to want to tell. I do not understand the inclination to slander someone that has absolutely nothing to do with unaliving someone in such a grisly way that you're going to attack them on the internet and not just have a discussion maybe with your nearest and dearest, your friends, or write it in a journal. I still think she's wrong 100%. I mean, clearly she's wrong, but she's been ordered to pay $10 million. First of all, I would have a heart attack. Secondly, you should see some of the comments. They're like, oh, she's a psychic and she didn't see the jury coming out this way. I'm going to have to agree with you there, dog. I mean, I live in percentages all the time. Maybe it's just because I love numbers. I love numerology. And I do ask for percentages. I'm like, give me percentages if this is going to happen or if this is going to happen. Like, I need that because nothing is ever either just 100% yes or 100% no. Nope. Because people change their minds so quickly since the invention of the smartphone. And I have been doing card readings for a really long time. Okay, it feels like a really long time. It was the mid-90s, but I've been doing card readings for a really long time, and I can tell you definitively that around the 2010 mark-ish, give or take a couple of years, around that time is when I started seeing people's minds changing rapidly. It wasn't about the computers in our home, it was about the computers in our hands. About being able to tap into Google and look that stuff up like every time we turned around. And I know because for the first iPhone that I had, I couldn't get Google on it. I had to use Safari to get into Google to Google what I wanted to know. It was very complicated for me for a bit. Yeah, it was hard. Oh my gosh, what is going on with y'all in Nebraska? Yeah, your blood pressure's dropping? Is this because we're like so high up? I mean, what are we doing here? Oh my gosh. Y'all are scaring me. I may have to just light a candle for y'all in Nebraska. Dude. Yeah. Hey, Courtney. So I'm not saying I don't know this woman. I don't know her abilities I don't know her gifts or whatever, but I am telling you right now, there is no way I would be putting that out there on the internet. If you are any kind of spiritual, metaphysical energy worker, listen to me. Do not put just some random theory that you have out there on the internet. It is ill-advisable. It is ill-advisable. Not only that, you can't just sit here and say, oh, this is definitively what happened when you don't have a complete grasp of the situation. The thing is, and this is true with a lot of energy workers, They pick up emotions. And I'm telling you this because I do. I can pick up emotions about situations, and I have to back out of it sometimes and say, like, okay, just all the people that are in the chat, I would just be like, hey, Veronica, are you feeling this way about this? Or I feel like there's this like emotion. Is that you? Is this somebody else? Or just being like, Mel Bailey, I get this feeling. Are you really angry about it? Or is the person we're talking about angry? Like, you pick up emotions. So you have to ask questions. You have to go further. You have to do like some deeper dives. You can get like a general like idea of things, but you cannot sit there and go, oh, 100%. 100%. And I know some really gifted people. I do. And they've been wrong. Nothing is engraved in stone. Nothing. And I'm saying this because I feel like that people can change their path, people can change their fate. And I sit there and tell people all the time. In fact, twice today I have said, if you don't like this place, if you don't like what I'm seeing, change your mind about something. Change your mind. Change your mind about the way you're driving to work. Change your mind about, I don't know, the clothes that you're wearing. Change your mind about where you get gas. Change your mind about something. Because it's not engraved in stone. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm missing you guys. Accident prone. Woke up with my dog standing over me. 8 concussions. Oh, dude. Ah, y'all are killing me. I'm lighting candles for the people in Nebraska, y'all. I mean, yeah. So I just feel like this woman was told, I feel like this woman was told many times that she needed to drop it. I kept seeing comments like on her page, and this was a while back. I kept seeing comments, I kept seeing things where they were just like, you need to cool it, girl, you need to cool it. There was law enforcement. I think someone even sent a cease and desist to her. I mean, and yeah, I know a lot of cease and desists are not worth the paper that they're printed on. I get that, because you can do that for free on like online. You can print those out. Yeah. But the thing is, when someone sends you a document like that, this is defamation. The internet is full of like these cases, but some of them really, really hit home and affect people hard. This was a professor at a college, at a university. And it doesn't matter if it was Bubba's University or freaking Harvard. She was a professor at a university, and I can tell you right now, to be a professor at a university requires a lot of education. So this woman probably was just like, what's happening? Why is this woman coming after me? What is going on? And it really I know attorneys are not cheap. It really had to take a lot of money for her to go after her. And I would have done it too. But man, she asked for $1 million and the jury came back with 10 million. I do not feel that they were trying to limit this woman. I do not feel that they were trying to encroach on her spiritual beliefs, her religious freedom, her spiritual freedom. I don't feel like they were doing anything like that. But if you guys listen to my numerology, every time you have a 3-month, you're a 3 life path, or we're in a 3-year, you will hear me say freedom of thoughts and emotions and speech does not and should not give you the right to cause injury to others. It doesn't. It doesn't. I have a lot of free speech thoughts going through my head on a daily basis. And sometimes sometimes that's the point where you'll see me flipping somebody off in the Walmart parking lot because they cut me off and took my parking place. But we're not talking about that today. You know, and if that's you and you're in like Smyrna, Marietta, or Austell, Georgia, I'm real sorry if I flipped you off. But I digress. I am telling you, you can't go around expressing that stuff all the time. I don't walk up to my friends, my spouse, my family members and go, you know, that really looks like crap on you. Who cut your hair? A weed eater? I don't do those things. And thankfully, they don't say those things to me because I don't know that any of us would be talking to each other. Because look at me. I was cleaning wig glue off my eyes like 5 seconds before I hit the go button. When I first started this video, I still had the wig glue on my hand from putting it on my eyelashes. I don't even want to talk about the makeup that got all wiped off because I was crying from having wig glue in my eyes. I am very flawed with my looks. I'm very vain, but I am very flawed with my looks. So I don't like it when people point out when I look like crap. Again, freedom of thoughts, emotions, and speech does not and should not give you permission to cause injury to others. And that includes trying to like go after someone that you don't know and going after their job. So I'm a very opinionated girl here. I'm very opinionated. To the detriment of relationships sometimes. No, I have at least, you know, I have a few friends. I have a few friends, okay? But I also, I can't imagine what this young woman did to this lady, Rebecca Scofield. I can't imagine doing that to one of my friends, much less a total stranger. And I flip off total strangers on the road and in parking lots on a daily basis because I am not that kind of spiritual girl. I mean, I can marry you. I have that license. I'm that kind of minister, but I'm not the other kind of minister. No, I'm not. So, I know, it's just so crazy. Hello. And Mouse agrees too. He's really, really mad at me because I didn't realize I did this until Sunday. But I've been moving stuff around in my office. What a shocker. It feels like I do that every other day. And I put a box of books in the chair that he likes to lay in. So now he's all cattywonkered. That was a good pun. Cattywonkered. He is all cattywonkered about the fact that he's not laying in his special place because there's a box of books on it. Yeah, he's upset with me and he's going to have to live with that for a minute. So that's what we're doing. Mouse does know all. He really does. And I mean, he's so funny because, again, this is my most feral cat. And he's not wanting to go outside lately. So I don't know what happened. Last time he went out, he did get messed up pretty bad. But what are we going to do? That's my boy. And Mercury is, I don't know, driving him crazy. So, I really want to see if I can transfer this onto the screen. So we're going to try this. Fingers crossed. Okay. Can you still hear me? Okay. All right. I think I'm doing this right. Pretty sure. We're going to watch this one. I think this is the right one. Oh, shit. Okay, how do I do it? Did I do something wrong? Yes, Mouse, I know. Okay.
Psychic medium made over 100 videos claiming to know.
Okay, what happened to the volume, Mouse? Yeah. Okay, hang on. I know, Mommy messed up the volume. Hang on. Okay. Okay, pause. All right, hang on, you guys. I'm figuring it out. Is it the speaker? Okay, it is the speaker. Okay, I think my speaker is having issues. I'm going to see if it'll play through the computer. Okay, this speaker is like 8 years old, so it may be dead. All right, let me try that again. And let's see if I can make it play. Nope. Okay. What is happening? Is there a volume? Oh, the volume is muted. Unmute.
They are way crazier than anyone anticipated. This is a psychic medium.
Okay, can you guys hear it at all?
Made over 100 videos claiming to know who unalived the Idaho 4 even after Brian Koberger was convicted, and it was not Brian, and the person she was accusing of doing this ended up suing her. The results of that are in, and they are way crazier than anyone anticipated. This is a psychic medium that was claiming to know who unalived the Idaho 4, and the person that she was claiming did this was a professor named Rebecca Scofield. What she was claiming was that she had this set up to cover up an affair that this professor was allegedly having with Kayla Gonzalez. And the crazy thing is Ashley decided to represent herself during this lawsuit, which was for defamation. There were 7 jury members, 4 of these being women and 3 of those being men, and it only took them 2 hours to come to a decision. And the jurors ended up favoring the professor and giving her way more money than she originally asked for. The professor only asked for $1 million. They ended up awarding her $10 million, and the jury says that $7.5 million of that is for punitive damages, which are intended to punish the defendant and deter her and others from similar behaviors in the future. But that's not how she expected this to end, but she did represent herself and did not have a lawyer. This psychic medium made over
Okay, that's crazy. That is crazy. But look at these comments, y'all. Like, this is not the only comment that is like this. It says, if she was a psychic, why didn't she see this jury award coming? Seriously. I mean, over 100 videos. And I stopped watching at some point. And I tell you, it's so bad. And I also think it really looks bad for, there's so many people in this industry that are manipulative. It is very much like, well, any spiritual industry, any spiritual coaching, or Tony Robbins. Although I kind of like Tony Robbins, I'm gonna be real honest with you, I do. But a lot of those kind of people, there's a lot of people out there that are just in it for the money and that are manipulative. And it's like that in a lot of spiritual professions, because there's no real guideline, right? What I prefer to see, and I know this sounds crazy, and I've said this before. Hey, Michelle. What I have seen before, and no, she cannot afford to pay that money, Melanie. She can't afford to pay that. And what I have seen before is people that have professions, people that have a profession, whether they're a teacher or an assistant or just whatever, and they also like do some sort of spiritual work are more grounded. They are. They are more grounded. They have more of a real world view. I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying that as a fact, but I would like to point out, and a lot of people are not uber religious here, and I'm like absolutely fine with that, because you don't have to tell me I believe in every religion out there. But let's just look at, for instance, because this is the one that comes to mind because I was raised in a Baptist family. The Bible. Jesus's disciples had careers. They had a trade. They had a job before they came along and became disciples. The thing is, it wasn't that they were just like spiritual leaders. They still did their jobs. They were still a disciple, but they still like had work. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I do want to see, there was 2 other videos, and let's see if I can find them. It was her videos that I really wanted to watch, because it bothered me that she was just talking about her spiritual, that they were encroaching on her spiritual freedom. And I'm like, no, they're not, though. You were encroaching on that woman's freedom. I mean, you were. Oh, this is good. Look at her. She is advertising her sorority. Bet they're real proud. Okay, let's see what she has to say here. Okay, I didn't expect that. Is this her? I think this is her. Yeah, Psychic Ashley. How do I get to that? Let me just go to her. Can I do that? I can! Oh my gosh, I am such a genius about TikTok, right? Oh, she's taking all of her videos down. Is that her? No, maybe that's not her. Oh, that's not her. Okay, I'm an idiot. Hang on. I'm going back. Okay, I'm going to stop boring you because this is too much dead time. But I really do want to, I mean, I just think this is, I just think this is so terrible. I really do. I still cannot believe, and I kept seeing this woman pop up on my For You page, because on my Metaphysical Round Table account, like, you know, I get a lot of metaphysical stuff. And I'm just like, okay, this is, maybe this is the one. Let's see if this comes up. Nope, that's the same one. Okay, that's weird. So maybe the video's been taken down? I don't know. But her videos were the ones that I wanted to watch, and maybe it's been shut down. I don't know. But I do feel like this was, like I said, back in the beginning, I was like, this is not something that you should be doing. This is not something that you should be like saying online. I mean, it's not. Spiritual psychosis is real. Okay. Am I hitting the wrong buttons? Maybe. And there it is again. It says, you are psychic, so you should have already seen this coming. These comments on her page are crazy. I mean, they are coming after her. I just don't think that's right. I think that they did base it on the evidence, but she's not an attorney and she represented herself, and this came out really bad for her. I just never, ever, ever go into a courtroom and represent yourself. Never. I don't think that's a smart thing. Now, I just really feel like this is a very, very different take on getting online and doing like readings for people and just saying, okay, I'm doing readings for Virgos, or I'm doing readings for life past 6. That's very different. It's a generalization, and you're not forcing someone into listening to you when they didn't ask for your advice. And again, there's another reason. This is the biggest reason why I put on my channel that I am no longer accepting clients. And I meant that because the clients that I have had on YouTube, that I have gotten strictly from like the internet, just searching and listening to some of my videos and then emailing me and saying, can I get an appointment? Can I get an appointment? And I would do readings for them, and I was just like, oh my gosh, these people are crazy. Like, it wasn't all, but it was a lot of them. And this is kind of why I don't mind doing readings for anybody that is in the chats, because you guys are not like clearly like doing some like next level stuff in the chat. But and plus that y'all like my cats. I mean, we got to have that, right? But the thing is, this is a really scary thing. It is. And I think that she's misrepresenting a lot of people that are in this industry. It's just like the people that sell spells on Etsy and Instagram. I think they are misrepresenting a lot of people in the spiritual and the metaphysical industry. For that matter, I think there's a lot of ministers out there that are misrepresenting their community and their industry. But that is just my opinion. It is just my opinion. I think that if you are in a space where you are doing readings for people, you shouldn't put your opinions unasked for, or like what's the word, like, yeah, unasked for opinions. You don't just put them out there on the internet, especially if you're trashing a real life person. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Okay, did I miss anything? And no, I don't know how this woman's going to afford it. I don't know a lot of spiritual people who are millionaires. I don't. I mean, Tony Robbins, maybe she can go to one of his conferences and learn how to make enough money that she can pay this woman off. But that's a real thing. That is going to follow her around for the rest of her life. It is. Because there's no way, like, just with me, I've not made $10 million in my life. I haven't. I don't know. I mean, my family, there's probably people in my family that have. I don't think I've made $10 million in my lifetime. I don't see it happening for me, but who knows? I mean, I haven't done a reading today for myself, but I don't see myself winning the lottery, because I'm telling you, I did have somebody ask me that once, that they wanted the winning lottery tickets. I was like, girl, if I knew how to get the winning lottery tickets, do you think I would be on the phone with you? No. I would be on the beach somewhere having somebody bring me a really, really cold margarita. Yeah. Didn't Etsy remove the ones that were selling spells? I thought I had seen that somewhere. They did, but people are sneaking them in, and I don't really know how they're doing it, Michelle. They're removing them and then they're putting them under like other names. But the thing is, I don't think they've removed them from Instagram. I'm not 100% about that because I don't research it, but I know that they have not removed it from TikTok. I believe that you can still go onto TikTok and you can buy it from people's videos and they sell them. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I have shared with y'all things on here. The ritual that we all did at winter solstice, I thought that was a cute little ritual. I got that from Instagram. I got it straight from Instagram on this woman's page. I didn't pay for it. I shouted that woman out. I didn't pay for that. It wasn't a spell per se. It was a ritual so that you could bring in and manifest what you want. It wasn't a spell to make someone love you or to shrivel off some person's privates. I mean, there's a few people that, well, we're not going to get into that. I mean, you know, I would love to be able to do that. Just like cast a spell. But come on now. Karma is a real thing. It will come back on you. And by the way, speaking of which, happy lunar eclipse today. It's a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. A lot of Virgos in my house. I got a lot of friends that are Virgos or have Virgo tendencies. Like one of my friends, she's a Taurus, but girl, she's got so much Virgo in her chart, she might as well be a Virgo. I love that for her. I don't think she loves it, but I love that for her. I do. It makes me laugh a lot. I know. All these people out there trying real hard not to be Virgos, and you know, secretly they probably just want to be. But I digress. I mean, look, we are really fantastic, although my hair is doing crazy things and I'm knocking it down, but we are really awesome. And yes, the word is unsolicited. Thank you, Kelsey. I should read the comments when I'm looking for the word. Unsolicited. Unsolicited advice. I did hear a good joke that goes with this. So this woman, she was like sitting and she's like eating a bunch of candy and she's just like snacking. And another woman that's like really old comes and sits down beside her and tells her that she should not be eating so much sugar, that it's not good for her. And, you know, it's just really a bad thing for her. And she looks at the woman for a minute and she goes, you know, my grandmother lived to be 98 years old. And she went, oh, that's nice. Did she eat a lot of sweets? And she said, no, she minded her own business. That's why she lived so long. I love that. I am one of the nosiest people on the planet. I love that. But yeah. We all need to take a little page from that joke and mind our own business. If someone has not come to you and asked for a reading, step back. And you're going to want to. You're going to want to tell people, I have done it. I have been there. You're going to want to tell people, don't do it. And especially, don't put that stuff on TikTok. And if someone from law enforcement comes to you and says, you're completely wrong, that is inaccurate. If someone sends you a cease and desist, maybe you should listen to it. Maybe you should have an attorney just read over that. Yeah. It may save you $10 million. Now, I hope she does know the winning lottery tickets, and I hope and wish her well. But I think that was ill-advised because TikTok does not pay its creators as well as it used to. So, used to be people on TikTok were making bank, and I can tell you right now, I got clients out there that I've been coaching on YouTube. They're also putting stuff on TikTok, and they are not getting paid from the Creator Fund, which I find fascinating. So, that is also none of my business. Because as you guys have seen, I post like on TikTok every 3 months when I remember. It's challenging to remember to post all that stuff. And most of the time, I got like, a lot of other stuff going in my head, like, oh, I need to do laundry. Oh, I forgot to buy thing 2's snacks. Oh, thing 1 is going on a field trip. Crap, I was supposed to deliver water to the school for the field trip. It's just stuff like that. And I still haven't made myself an eye appointment to go and get my contacts changed so that I don't have to wear the reading glasses all the time. Like right now, where I'm at, I'm trying to look at myself and I'm not, like, I'm blurry. It's an interesting life that I lead. But that being said, I think TikTok is very interesting. I think it's highly entertaining, but I think that's where we should leave it, is entertainment. Okay? I don't really get my news from TikTok. I do get my news from a few creators online because I don't like the news. It's really sad and it upsets me. So I watch, a few commentary channels and I basically get my news from them. Yeah. So, I know. I'm not like really a bona fide TikToker. Hey Suzanne. Hello, hello. I'm looking down like I'm talking. Hello Suzanne. How are you? It's just that I can only see the Facebook messages from my phone. Okay. All right. So again, I think this woman is sort of giving I think she's a blight on the industry. My opinion, don't come at me for defamation, but I just feel like it was absolutely wrong of her. No matter what her spiritual or beliefs or whatever was, it was absolutely wrong of her to go on the internet and proclaim that this is 100% what happened, was that this woman was trying to hide an affair and that this is what happened. And I don't know why this Ashley Guillard, I think is that what I said? Ashley Guillard. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. Ashley Guillard is the psychic, and Rebecca Scofield is the professor that she accused. So there we have it. There we have it. All right. I think I covered everything. Listen. You guys in Nebraska, y'all need to take care of yourselves. All right. I don't want to hear about any concussions. I don't want to hear any injuries. Y'all are worrying me. All right. You're making me feel like I need to take a trip out west and come see y'all. Just to make sure, just to make sure. I mean, I don't know your addresses. I just call the police and say, hey, I needed you to do a wellness check, but I only have their birthdays. I know their signs. That's not good. See, I'm not even helpful for that. I mean, what kind of psychic am I that I wouldn't be able to know your address? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. I am giving away a green aventurine bracelet in March. Woo! Isn't she pretty? This does get mixed up and confused with jade. This is not a jade bracelet. This is a green aventurine. Isn't she lovely? And, you know, I have a few other pieces too. So we're going to see. We're going to see, but I'm very excited. You know, I'm going to pull the, I'm going to do it at the end of the month. So, and if you're commenting, if you're in the comments, if you're in the chats, I will include you. So yeah, I'm actually doing okay. I'm so glad to hear it, Kelsey. I am, because y'all worry me. You do. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you for letting me go off about this lady. I really have like a lot of secondhand embarrassment here for her. It's not a good look. It's not. Okay. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm so glad that I don't know what happened with my videos. I posted them on Saturday night. It was the 28th. So I was so excited. I was like, oh yeah, everything's getting done on the 28th. It's cool. You know, right before March, we're in. So I thought I got everything posted on the 28th. And then I went to a play. One of my friends was stage manager or director or something for a local play. So I took my son, thing one, to the play. And I think he's going to become a theater kid. Yeah. So I got back home and it was like 11 o'clock at night and nothing had gone up. Nothing. So I immediately start posting. I immediately start getting them out there, posting. And so it was like just after midnight and I went, okay, everything should be like going. Like the last 5 videos had percentages that it was like they were loading, right? I woke up on Sunday, on March 1st, and 4 of them, Life Path 9, Life Path 11, 22, and 33, had not posted. They were still sitting at the loading of that percentage. So, had to come to my office, delete those videos out of YouTube, and reload them. Yeah. So I did a live while I was doing that. So I was sort of cracking up because I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a live while I'm like posting the monthly numerology videos for March, and well, the ones that had messed up. So, well, that's awesome. Yes, you take care too, Mel. I'm so glad you're feeling better. Um, yeah, I thought I was doing them the right way, but you know, again, Mercury retrograde, and even though I have a Ganesh sitting right here in front of my computer, it still didn't do its job. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that, Ganesh. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. Maybe he protected me from something else. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, here we go. Here we go. So, did you take a message out, Kelsey? At least 1 and 2. But I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Again, all the monthly numerology is posted on YouTube. Go check out your life path numbers. Very exciting. Very exciting month. We have spring equinox this month. I know. Mercury is going to go direct the same day as spring equinox, so the 20th. And then we don't have any planets retrograde until May 6th. I believe that is correct. And maybe I'll make a short little video talking about that. I know. I'm trying to follow my own rules and guidelines for people that I coach on YouTube so that I can get my videos out, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, typo. Girl, I am a typo. Have you seen my stuff? And then somebody's already called me out. I guess apparently I was saying green adventuring. I didn't mean to say it like that. It's green adventuring, but I guess I was saying it with a D. I don't know, whatever. But y'all, as I said earlier, I'm a very flawed creature, but I like myself a lot. So we can talk about that next time. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. And until we see each other again, what are you going to do? Get out there and make your magic. And we're all going to stay safe, especially if we live in Nebraska, right? Yeah. All right, you guys. All right, you guys on Facebook, you guys on YouTube. We'll see y'all later. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. Bye.